Session 13. Origins and related words. 1. Cutting in and out. Flies, bees, beetles, wasps, and other insects are segmented creatures, head, thorax, and abdomen. Where these parts join, there appears to the imaginative eye a cutting in of the body. Hence, the branch of zoology dealing with insects is aptly named entomology, from Greek en plus tome, a cutting. The adjective is entomological. The word insect makes the same point. It is built on Latin in plus sectus, a form of the verb meaning to cut. The prefix ec, from Greek ek, means out. The Latin prefix, you will recall, is ex. Combine ec with tome to derive the words for surgical procedures in which parts are cut out or removed. Tonsillectomy, the tonsils; appendectomy, the appendix; mastectomy, the breast; hysterectomy, the uterus; prostatectomy, the prostate, etc. Combine ec with Greek kentron, center, the Latin root, as we have discovered, is centrum, to derive eccentric, out of the center, hence deviating from the normal in behavior, attitudes, etc., or unconventional, odd, strange. The noun is eccentricity. 2. More cuts. The Greek prefix makes a root negative. The atom was so named at a time when it was considered the smallest possible particle of an element, that is, one that could not be cut any further. We have long since split the atom, of course, with results, as in most technological advances, both good and evil. The adjective is atomic. The Greek prefix ana has a number of meanings, one of which is up, as in anatomy, originally the cutting up of a plant or animal to determine its structure, later the bodily structure itself. The adjective is anatomical. Originally, any book that was part of a larger work of many volumes was called a tome, etymologically, a part cut from the whole. Today, a tome designates, often disparagingly, an exceptionally large book, or one that is heavy and dull in content. The Greek prefix dicha, in two, combines with tome to construct dichotomy. A splitting in two, a technical word used in astronomy, biology, botany, and the science of logic. It is also employed as a non-technical term, as when we refer to the dichotomy in the life of a man who is a government clerk all day and a night school teacher after working hours, so that his life is, in a sense, split into two parts. The verb is dichotomize. The adjective is dichotomous. Dichotomous thinking is the sort that divides everything into two parts, good and bad, white and black, Democrats and Republicans, etc. An unknown wit has made this classic statement about dichotomous thinking. There are two kinds of people, those who divide everything into two parts and those who do not. Imagine a book, a complicated or massive report, or some other elaborate document, now figuratively cut on or through it, so that you can get to its essence, the very heart of the idea contained in it. What you have is an epitome, a condensation of the whole, from epi, on, upon, plus tome. An epitome may refer to a summary, condensation, or abridgment of language, as in, let me have an epitome of the book, or give me the epitome of his speech. More commonly, epitome and the verb epitomize are used in sentences like, she is the epitome of kindness, or that one act epitomizes her philosophy of life. If you cut everything else away to get to the essential part, that part is a representative cross-section of the whole. So a woman who is the epitome of kindness stands for all people who are kind, and an act that epitomizes a philosophy of life represents, by itself, the complete philosophy. 3. Love and words. Logos, we know, means science or study. It may also mean word or speech, as it does in philology. Etymologically, the love of words, from Greek philaion, to love, plus logos, or what is more commonly called linguistics, the science of language, a term derived from Latin lingua, tongue. Can you write and pronounce the adjective form of philology? 4. More love. Philanthropy is by etymology the love of mankind. One who devotes oneself to philanthropy is a philanthropist, as we learned in Chapter 3. The adjective is philanthropic. The verb philander, to play around sexually, be promiscuous, or have extramarital relations, combines philion with andros, male. Philandering, despite its derivation, is not, of course, exclusively the male province. The word is, in fact, derived from the proper name conventionally given to male lovers in plays and romances of the 1500s and 1600s. One who engages in the interesting activities catalogued above is a philanderer. By etymology, philosophy is the love of wisdom, Greek sophos, wise. Philadelphia is the city of brotherly love, Greek adelphos, brother. Philharmonic is the love of music or harmony, Greek harmonia, harmony, and a philter, a rarely used word, is a love potion. Today we call whatever arouses sexual desire an aphrodisiac, from Aphrodite, the Greek goddess of love and beauty. Aphrodisiac is an adjective as well as a noun, but a longer adjective form, aphrodisiacal, is also used. A bibliophile is one who loves books as collectibles, admiring their binding, typography, illustrations, rarity, etc. In short, a book collector. The combining root is Greek biblion book. An Anglophile admires and is fond of the British people, customs, culture, etc. The combining root is Latin anglus, English. 5. Words and how they affect people. The semanticist is professionally involved in semantics. The adjective is semantic or semantical. Semantics, like orthopedics, pediatrics, and obstetrics, is a singular noun despite the S ending. Semantics is, not are, an exciting study. However, this rule applies only when we refer to the word as a science or area of study. In the following sentence, semantics is used as a plural. The semantics of your thinking are all wrong. 2 stimulating and highly readable books on the subject well worth a visit to the library to pick up are Language in Thought and Action by S.I. Hayakawa and People in Quandaries by Dr. Wendell Johnson. 6. How People Live. The profession of the sociologist is sociology. Can you write and pronounce the adjective? Sociology is built on Latin socius, companion, 1 plus logos, science, study. Socius is the source of such common words as associate, social, socialize, society, sociable, and antisocial, as well as asocial, which combines the negative prefix a with socius. The antisocial person actively dislikes people and often behaves in ways that are detrimental or destructive to society or the social order. Anti, against. On the other hand, someone who is asocial is withdrawn and self-centered, avoids contact with others, and feels completely indifferent to the interests or welfare of society. The asocial person doesn't want to get involved. Review of etymology. Prefix root meaning. 1. In, 2. Tome cutting. 3. In, 4. Sectus cut. 5. Centrum, centrum, center. 6. Not, negative. 7. Ana, up. 8. Dicha, into. 9. Epi, on, upon. 10. Logos word, speech. 11th lingua tongue. 12. Philin to love. 13th sophos wise. 14. Adelphos brother. 15th Biblion book. 16. Anglis English. 17th Socius companion. 18. Anti against. Using the words. Can you pronounce the words? 1. Entomology. 2. Entomological. 3. Eccentric. 4. Eccentricity. 5. Atom. 6. Atomic. 7. Anatomy. 8. Anatomical, 9th tome. 10. Dichotomy, 11th dichotomous. 12. Dichotomize. Can you pronounce the words? 1. Epitome. 2. Epitomize. 3. Philology. 4. Philological. 5. Linguistics. 6. Philanthropy. 7. Philanthropist. 8. Philanthropic. 9. Philander. 10. Philanderer. Can you pronounce the words? 1. Philter. 2. Aphrodisiac. 3. Aphrodisiacal. 4. Bibliophile. 5. Anglophile. 6. Semantics. 7. Semantic. 8. Semantical. 9. Sociology. 10. Sociological. 11th asocial. Can you work with the words? A. Physical structure. B. Summary, representation of the whole. C. Science of the meanings and effects of words. D. Linguistics. E. Science dealing with insects. F. Science of social structures and customs. G. Charitable works. H. That which causes sexual arousal. 1. Strangeness, oddness, unconventionality. J. Condition or state of being split into 2 parts. Can you work with the words? 1. Dichotomize. 2. Epitomize. 3. Philander. 4. Philter. 5. Bibliophile. 6. Anglophile. 7. Asocial. Octavo 9. Philological. 10. Sociological. Do you understand the words? 1. Is a philanderer likely to be faithful to a spouse? Yes or no? 2. Did Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde lead a dichotomous existence? Yes or no? 3. Is an egoist the epitome of selfishness? Yes or no? 4. Is a philanthropist antisocial? Yes or no? 5. Is an aphrodisiac intended to reduce sexual interest? Yes or no? 6. Is a bibliophile's chief aim the enjoyment of literature? Yes or no? 7. Does a philologist understand etymology? Yes or no? 8. Is a semanticist interested in more than the dictionary meanings of words? Yes or no? 9. Is an asocial person interested in improving social conditions? Yes or no? 10. Is a light novel considered a tome? Yes or no? Can you recall the words? 1. Pertaining to the study of social customs. 2. Pertaining to the psychological effects of words. 3. Lover and collector of books. 4. Make love promiscuously. 5. Pertaining to the science of linguistics. 6. Pertaining to the study of insects. 7. One who admires British customs. 8. Smallest particle, so-called. 9. Pertaining to the structure of a body. 10. A dull, heavy book. 11th split in 2. 12. To split in 2. 13. A condensation, summary, or representation of the whole. 14. To stand for the whole. To summarize. 15. Pertaining to charitable activities. 16. Out of the norm, odd. 17. One who plays around. 18. Arousing sexual desire. 19. Science of the manner in which groups function. 20. Self-isolated from contact with people. Chapter Review. A. Do you recognize the words? 1. Student of the stars and other heavenly phenomena. A. Geologist. B. Astronomer. C. Anthropologist. 2. Student of plant life. A. Botanist. B. Zoologist. C. Biologist. 3. Student of insect life. A. Sociologist. B. Entomologist. C. Etymologist. 4. Student of the meaning and psychology of words. A. Philologist. B. Semanticist. C. Etymologist. 5. Analysis of living tissue. A. Autopsy. B. Biopsy. C. Autonomy. 6. That which arouses sexual desire. A. Zodiac. B. Bibliophile. C. Aphrodisiac. 7. Self-governing. A. Autobiographical. B. Autonomous. C. Dichotomous. 8. Part that represents the whole. A. Epitome. B. Dichotomy. C. Metronome. 9. One who physically travels in space. A. Astronomer. B. Astrologer. C. Astronaut. 10. One who has extramarital affairs. A. Cosmonaut. B. Philanderer. C. Philanthropist. B. Can you recognize roots? Root meaning example. 1. Anthropos blank. Anthropology. 2. Logos blank. Philology. 3. Astron blank. Astronomy. 4th noughts blank. Astronaut. 5. Nomos blank. Metronome. 6. Autos blank. Autonomy. 7th G. Geo. Blank. Geology. 8. Graphane blank. Biography. 9th Opsis. Opticos blank. Autopsy. 10th Zoyan blank. Zodiac. 11. Tome. Entomology. 12th Sectus blank. Insect. 13. Lingua. Linguistics. 14. Philan. Philanthropy. 15. Sophos. Philosophy. 16th Biblion. Bibliophile. 17th Anglus. Anglophile. 18th Socius. Sociology. 19. Logos. Biology. 20. Bios. Biopsy. Teaser questions for the amateur etymologist. 1. Recalling the root sophos, wise, and thinking of the English word moron, write the name given to a second-year student in high school or college, blank. Etymologically, what does this word mean? 2. Based on the root sophos, what word means worldly wise, blank. 3. Thinking of bibliophile, define bibliomaniac, blank. 4. These 3 words, based on lingua, tongue, use prefixes we have discussed. Can you define each one? A. Monolingual blank. B. Bilingual blank. C. Trilingual. Can you now guess at the meaning of multilingual? How about linguist, blank? What do you suppose the Latin root multus means? Ruam. Think of multitude. 5. With Anglophile as your model, can you figure out what country and its people, customs, etc., each of the following admires? A. Francophile blank. B. Russophile blank. C. Hispanophile blank. D. Germanophile blank. E. Nipponophile blank. F. Sinophile. 6. Using roots you have learned, and with bibliophile as your model, can you construct a word for A. One who loves males, blank. B. One who loves women, blank. C. One who loves children, blank. D. One who loves animals, blank. E. One who loves plants. Where to get new ideas? People with superior vocabularies I have submitted are the people with ideas. The words they know are verbal symbols of the ideas they are familiar with. Reduce one, and you must reduce the other, for ideas cannot exist without verbalization. Freud once had an idea and had to coin a whole new vocabulary to make his idea clear to the world. Those who are familiar with Freud's theories know all the words that explain them: the unconscious, the ego, the id, the superego, rationalization, Oedipus complex, and so on. Splitting the atom was once a new idea. Anyone familiar with it knew something about fission, isotope, radioactive, cyclotron, etc. Remember this: your vocabulary indicates the alertness and range of your mind. The words you know show the extent of your understanding of what's going on in the world. The size of your vocabulary varies directly with the degree to which you are growing intellectually. You have covered so far in this book several hundred words. Having learned these words, you have begun to think of an equal number of new ideas. A new word is not just another pattern of syllables with which to clutter up your mind. A new word is a new idea to help you think, to help you understand the thoughts of others, to help you express your own thoughts, to help you live a richer intellectual life. Realizing these facts, you may become impatient. You will begin to doubt that a book like this can cover all the ideas that an alert and intellectually mature adult wishes to be acquainted with. Your doubt is well-founded. One of the chief purposes of this book is to get you started, to give you enough of a push so that you will begin to gather momentum, to stimulate you enough so that you will want to start gathering your own ideas. Where can you gather them? From good books on new topics. How can you gather them? By reading on a wide range of new subjects. Reference has repeatedly been made to psychology, psychiatry, and psychoanalysis in these pages. If your curiosity has been piqued by these references, here is a good place to start. In these fields, there is a tremendous and exciting literature, and you can read as widely and as deeply as you wish. What I would like to do is offer a few suggestions as to where you might profitably begin. How far you go will depend on your own interest. I suggest, first, half a dozen older books, older but still immensely valuable and completely valid, available at any large public library. The Human Mind by Carl A. Menninger, Mind and Body by Flanders Dunbar, The Mind in Action by Eric Byrne, Understandable Psychiatry by Leland E. Hinsey, A General Introduction to Psychoanalysis by Sigmund Freud, Emotional Problems of Living by O. Spurgeon English and Gerald H. J. Pearson. Next, I suggest books on some of the newer approaches in psychology. These are available in inexpensive paperback editions as well as at your local library. I Ain't Well, But I Sure Am Better by Jess Lair, Ph.D., The Disowned Self by Nathaniel Brandon, A Primer of Behavioral Psychology by Adelaide Bry, I'm Okay, You're Okay by Thomas A. Harris, M.D., Freedom to Be in Man, The Manipulator by Everett L. Shostrom, Games People Play by Eric Byrne, M.D., Love and Orgasm, Pleasure and the Language of the Body by Alexander Lowen, M.D., The Transparent Self by Sidney M. Girard, Don't Say Yes When You Want to Say No by Herbert Fensterheim and John Baer, Gestalt Therapy Verbatim by Frederick S. Pearls, Born to Win by Muriel James and Dorothy Jongiward, Joy and Here Comes Everybody by William C. Schutz, The 50-Minute Hour by Robert Lindner. End of Session 13.